Alright, everyone, hi, welcome to SciChat NZ's first birthday party. Woo! Some of the major players are here to share with you their reflections of the first year of SciChat NZ and their hopes and aspirations for the future. Hopefully some of the things discussed today give you some food for thought for tomorrow night's, Tuesday night's SciChat NZ. So, here we go. We got Rachel here. Say hi,
Hiya.
Rachel. And Matt.
Hey everyone.
And Chaya.
Hi everyone.
Cool. All right, we're going to start off with Rachel, and Rachel's going to tell us why or how the emergence of SciChat NZ happened.
Cool. Yep. So it was about, I suppose, 15 or 16 months ago, and I was at a core education day talking with Karen about how much I was really enjoying the conversations I was having on EdChat, and how I wish there was more science-specific PD rather than just the best practice workshops on doing assessments. And in Karen's own unique way, she just said, well, why don't you start one? And I went, really? And then, okay. So it was good timing because it was a couple of months before the SciCon conference, and I'd bumped into Matt online, and we'd sort of been banding around that idea. So the SciCon conference was a really good chance to push it out, and we've been going from strength to strength since.
Awesome, that's brilliant. Matt, Chaya, do you have anything to add to that?
Not a lot, just yeah, as Rachel says, the SciCon NZ conference was sort of a bit of a catalyst for this to happen. I was watching, that hashtag being used, not being able to be there in person, and it was quite good to sort of follow all the collaboration that was happening there, and started to get this idea. Let's see if we can get some science educators collaborating using a hashtag after this conference is finished. I actually came up with a different hashtag myself, and then Rachel put me on the right track and said, no, we've got one sorted here in this room of educators. So I was able to sort of help that, and having all those educators in one place gave it the momentum to sort of get the chat starting, to get the hashtag being used by educators to share ideas and to collaborate. So, it gave us a really good starting point at SciCon NZ conference.
Brilliant.
So my little story was, I was 6 months into Twitter, and I stumbled upon this conversation between Matt and Rachel.
Keep going.
I stumbled on this conversation between Matt and Rachel about starting a SciChat NZ, and I just put my hands up. Hey, I'm really keen, because being a sole chemistry teacher at my school can be quite isolating, and for me this was just, here's people talking about what I am keen about, and the rest, I suppose, lends itself to history.
Brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so Matt, did you want to tell more about why you're involved, or have you pretty much covered that?
Yeah, pretty much covered the why I've got involved. I suppose the key thing would be, the other thing we could really talk about is why I felt the need to grow the team as well. So I suppose Rachel's probably a good person to sort of take that baton a little bit, and why we felt like the three of us was not quite enough.
Okay, so Rachel, tell us why we need more people, why we need to grow the team.
Well, originally it was because we're all chemistry teachers, because chemistry teachers rock, obviously, and looking to try and get some different voice. So it was really nice to get Jenny involved, who's a primary school teacher and on the Royal Society Scholarship, so just a different area there. Sarah, who's a PRT, who's obviously really, really busy, so just, when we can get her in, it's really useful. Having Paula there, who's again a chemistry teacher, but just getting those different ideas and different groups of ideas. Kath from the Science Learning Hub has been really good because she knows such a wide variety of people, and that was able to share what we were trying to do. And Mr. Huggard, we needed another boy in there really, and he was really good at drawing, so it was really good to get them to complement each other. And on the whole, we just want as many people. You don't want to have an echo chamber forming. We want lots of varied ideas, because if you can get all those ideas, it helps you pick your own personal pathway and what suits you best.
Brilliant. Chaya, would you like to elaborate maybe on the buy-in and value of our guest moderators?
What we were doing on SciChat NZ, we were quite privileged to have the buy-in from scientists, just individuals in the tertiary sector, primary sector, together with the secondary sector, and this buy-in just brought this whole community of educators in the science field together to talk about issues that were common to us, which was really useful for me as an educator, and I suppose for everyone else in the audience, to thresh their own ideas out and to hear what other people's views were. And quite often, most of us were thinking along similar lines.
Brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, so we will move on to what our favourite highlights have been for the past year. So I will start, and I think one of my favourite highlights for the past year, apart from being part of this amazing group and being part of building SciChat and just being meeting and listening to ideas and things that are happening to around the country with other educators, one of my favourite things has been the Tikanga Up Your Science and the guest post on our blog. If you haven't been and checked it out, you need to go check it out. And it was beautiful. It was written by a guest blogger who is studying at Otago University, and if you want to learn more about how to put some more Māori tikanga in your science, go and do it. Go and read it. It is brilliant. Rachel, do you want to have a chat about Nature of Science? Elaborate on that.
Yeah, so this wasn't a guest post, it was just one that we did to try and get around how to include more Nature of Science activities in your science learning programs. And for me, it just gave me such hope because so many people were already trying to do things, and once we got over that initial stumbling block of NCEA assessments, there's actually a lot that you can do around it. And I'm really interested in following Matt's class that he's doing with his level 1 science students, where they are getting to follow their passions and fit the assessment around it. So it just reminded me that we need to be more open and stick to our guns and our passions, and it was really cool to see so many educators doing so.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, next on our list to have a wee chat about our favourite highlights for the year is Chaya to talk about safe critical environments.
Now, use the word safe and critical environment, it can be quite scary, especially as teachers. We know how challenging it can be when you're in the workplace, not wanting to make mistakes. But just on this whole SciChat NZ forum, it was, for me, I felt it was a common platform that I could come. I felt safe airing my views, knowing that there are people in this platform who had similar views, who would be critical but in a constructive way, and the feedback would be something really good that I could take back and reflect on. And quite often I would be corrected by people more intelligent than myself, because I consider myself as a lifelong learner, and that has probably been one of the greatest highlights for me, just learning from others. So that's why I call it a safe critical environment.
Awesome, that's brilliant. And next up is Matt to elaborate on sharing and connecting between chats using SciChat NZ.
Yes, I'm sort of covering two here. Poor Jenny's too sick to join us tonight, so sort of talking about, we both have talked about this, being from different sectors, how to use the hashtag to support science education for those that want, that support. So I suppose that comes down to the big highlights for me is that we do have such a wide variety of people using the hashtag on a Tuesday night. But what's really encouraging for me to see is so many people using the hashtag on a different day of the week to say, hey, look, here's a really cool idea that I've tried, give me some feedback, or here's something I need some more examples of, or a better way to teach, or something like that, and asking for help using the hashtag as well. And by doing that, we're making it a very open community where it's there to support and use the expertise of primary, secondary, tertiary, and industry even. That's been my real highlight, is seeing it grow so that it's a very inclusive community, and it's not just about the Tuesday night chats.
Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Thanks, Matt. All right. So we've got a little bit of possibilities for the future that we have sat down and kind of thought about ourselves. She'll say SciChat NZ conference, maybe, perhaps, at some stage in the future.
We live in hope.
We do. We always live in hope.
I just think that there's just so much potential for a SciChat NZ conference, and I really want to throw that idea out there because there's so many passionate science educators in the community, and I think a face-to-face would be just amazing for us to connect with.
Awesome. Fantastic.
So to play devil's advocate on that one a little bit, does SciCon NZ not do that already?
Good question.
Why can't we merge the two together? I don't know.
Exactly. Have a SciChat NZ presence at SciCon, perhaps, or sorry, Rachel, what were you going to say?
I think having been to just the one SciCon in Dunedin, there's still an overarching, when you think about educators on Twitter, a lot of them are trying to push for those new boundaries and look at things in a slightly different way. And I don't know if that shift has hit the mainstream yet. I know that is terribly, I can't think of the word to put it, but when you're talking to people, sometimes they don't see the value in conversations like these, or they think they're too hard, or they're too afraid to go there. So I think it would be lovely if it came along to SciCon or ChemEd and BioLive and all those sorts of things. But generally, people are still a little bit trapped around having those conversations.
So if we did have our own SciChat NZ conference, you've already got that safe, critical environment, as it were, that group of peers who will criticise but in a constructive way present, so you can push those boundaries a bit.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I love the Twitter chats.
So with that idea of pushing the boundaries, Paula had a really awesome idea that we're going to trial in the Tuesday night chat. So do you want to share that?
Cool, okay. So, one of the ideas we've had for Tuesday night chat and this Tuesday is to come up with 100 ideas that you would want for the future of SciChat NZ in 10 minutes. So we're going to spend part of our chat on Tuesday, and you're going to just hit us with ideas. Whatever ideas. Don't really care how completely unrealistic they are or how realistic they are. Just 100 ideas. Brilliant.
And what we'll do is we'll storify that so that everyone can see those again if they wish to. And those that we can make happen, we can try to.
Cool. All right, I think this might be a good time to kind of start wrapping things up. So we're going to pass over to Rachel, who's got a few teasers for us about our Tuesday chat.
Well, yeah. So we've been really lucky with having some great speakers or guest moderators, and I think everyone will agree that Chris Clay was absolutely superb. But Philippa has been really good. Sonia sharing her best practice, and we've even had Nigel Latter join in on a couple of chats. But we've got quite a big name coming to SciChat for week 9, and we really hope that you can join us tomorrow night to find out who it is.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks very much, guys, for listening and tuning in. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to leave all these guys to say goodbye, and we will see you online tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a chat. Rachel?
Have fun, everybody.
See you on Tuesday night. Looking forward to your ideas.
Awesome. Chai.
See you tomorrow night, everyone.
Cool. Ka kite anō.